Let me ask you a question. Have you ever followed others just to fit in even when your heart told you not to? Drop yes or no in the comment. And before you drift off, make sure you stick to the end of this video because you might don't know what lesson you will learn from it, and please help the old man to like and subscribe to help our community. There was a young monk named Ren. He had only been in the monastery for a few months, but he already carried a heart full of questions. Ren admired the older monks deeply, the way they walked, the way they spoke, and even the way they ate. But sometimes he felt left out. The older monks seemed confident, strong, and always in agreement with each other. And Ren, well, he was quiet, thoughtful, and often preferred sitting alone beneath the Bodhi tree, listening to the sound of silence. One morning during tea, a few young monks gathered around and whispered, "Ren, you're too serious. Come join us. We're going to the village today. Let's have some fun. No one will know." Ren hesitated. The monastery had strict rules. Monks weren't supposed to visit the village without permission. But he didn't want to seem boring. He didn't want to be the odd one out. So he nodded and followed them. When they reached the village, the air smelled of roasted chestnuts and laughter. The young monks played games, laughed with the villagers, and even tasted a bit of sweet rice wine, something strictly forbidden. Ren watched them, torn between guilt and curiosity. One of the monks noticed his hesitation and said, "Come on, Ren. You're one of us now. Don't be afraid." Ren smiled weakly and took a small sip. For a moment, he felt accepted, part of the group. But as night fell, guilt sat heavy in his heart. When they returned to the monastery, the abbot, an old monk with eyes calm like still water, was waiting by the gate. He didn't shout. He didn't scold. He simply looked at each of them and said softly, "Did the wind feel any freer outside these walls?" The monks bowed their heads in silence. Ren couldn't sleep that night, so he went to the abbot's quarters and bowed deeply. "Master," he whispered, "I didn't want to go, but I was afraid of being different, afraid they'd laugh at me." The old monk smiled gently. "Ren," he said, "a leaf that follows every breeze will never find where it belongs." He continued, "When the crowd walks east, ask yourself, do they know where they're going? Sometimes the bravest path is the one that only your heart can see." Ren looked down. "But Master, how do I know if my heart is right?" The abbot poured him a cup of tea and said, "When the water is still, it reflects the moon clearly. But when it is disturbed, the moon disappears. Still your mind, and your heart will show you the truth." The next morning, during the breakfast, the same group of young monks whispered again, "Ren, we're going to sneak out tonight. Come with us." Ren smiled calmly this time. He looked at them and said, "The moon shines brightest when the sky is quiet. I think I'll stay and enjoy its light tonight." The others laughed and walked away, but Ren stayed behind, sitting quietly under the Bodhi tree. That night, as the wind blew softly, he felt peace inside of him. He realized that he didn't need to follow others to feel accepted. True acceptance began when he accepted himself. The next morning, the abbot passed by and saw Ren meditating under the golden sunrise. He smiled and said, "Now, the leaf has found its branch." And from that day on, Ren no longer feared standing alone, for he had learned the greatest Zen truth of all. When you stop chasing the approval of others, you finally meet the person you were meant to be. Moral of the story: peer pressure fades, but self-respect stays forever. True strength isn't in following the crowd. It's in standing firm when the crowd walks the wrong way. And if you find this story helpful, please kindly drop a like and watch out to the next video, because you might not know what lesson you will gain from it